Hey everybody, I wanted to do an update. I had my fertility specialist appointment today and it went really well, so I wanted to do a quick update on that. Um, basically, we went in there just to meet and kind of see what our next steps were, where we were going and everything, and we actually got a lot of information. And I have to say, I just absolutely love our fertility specialist doctor. He's just so wonderful. He answers all of our questions. He's just really positive even about, things that I need to change, like my weight and things like that. I've had doctors sometimes be really not understanding or whatever, and he's just very understanding, and he's just always so positive. I really appreciate that. But it was overall a really good appointment. One of the main things I want to talk about him with was the gallbladder issue, because I really wanted to just focus on the fertility for the summer. And I spoke with him a little bit about that. My husband and I had come to a decision that I really don't want to have my gallbladder out if I don't absolutely have to. Mainly what I want to do is just kind of control it with diet, which is what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, and it seems to be okay. I'm, introducing more and more foods, and they have to be healthy foods, which is great. I really feel like it's just a really great deterrent to try to lose weight and become healthier, because I can't have anything that's fatty or fried. So it really makes me eat fruits and vegetables, things like that. So I really just want to see if that's not something I can just continue and, could maybe just not necessarily never have it out, but just not have it out right now. The one thing that my fertility doctor talked about, because I had mentioned this before, that he wanted to do the laparoscopic surgery just to see if there's any endometriosis or any other problems or anything like that. And he said if I do need to have my gallbladder out, they can actually do a dual surgery where they'll go in, take my gallbladder out, and then he can go and look at the endometriosis and everything all during the same procedure, so that there's not two surgeries, which I really didn't want to have. That's really, really great, but I still want to lean more toward not having it out if I don't have to. He was basically saying that for the gallbladder surgery, they put you on a table, and the table tilts you, and for the gallbladder surgery, it tilts you so the weight is on your feet. And for him to do what he needs to do, he has to tilt me the other way, so your head is down and your feet are more up in the air. To shift everything up so that they can use, I guess, the same holes or whatever to do all that. He said, but that's really not a big deal. He said the one issue we might have right now, which I hadn't even thought about, which kind of bugs me because I used to work in insurance, is to check for pre-existing conditions. I had thought before that with Obama's new health plan that stopped the pre-existing conditions in April, but I guess that's not the case. It's not for 2 years. So I did call and check on that. There is pre-existing condition rules with my insurance, and it's for 1 year. But, which really kind of ticked me off when I first heard it, but they said if you haven't been treated for it in the past 6 months, then it doesn't count. So what that basically means is that it is now June 3rd that we had our appointment on. We have not seen him since November. So that is really great, because that means it's been over 6 months. And so if they deny me or something, I have appeals grounds or whatever. So that should not be an issue. We should be able to just have everything covered as we normally would. So basically the plan is, I have a little list here so I don't forget anything. Basically the plan is my appointment with the surgeon is Monday for the or specialist, I guess, surgeon specialist for my gallbladder. And I'm really going to try to see what he thinks, obviously, what's best. But if I can control that with diet, I want to. And if that's the case, then what's going to happen is starting my next cycle, we'll start with the injections. And that we're doing gonal F injections, I believe is what it's called. If after 1 month I'm not pregnant, if after one cycle I'm not pregnant, he wants to do laparoscopy surgery the following month. Because he says if I'm not pregnant with the injections, then there's either endometriosis or whatever they're looking for. The other thing that he told me today, because he asked me if I had called and just kind of checked what my insurance covered, and I did. The IUIs are covered, with a copay. I didn't find out about the medication because I have the medication right now. which he said was good because that's the most expensive part. And I was kind of thinking if we did have to pay out of pocket for a couple cycles or whatever, I didn't realize it would be a year. But if we did have to pay out of pocket, you know, for the IUI and the ultrasounds and things like that, we could maybe handle that. I don't know about that, but depending on how much they are. But where was I going with this? Oh, because I told him that the IUIs and everything were covered, and he said, I said IVF was not, and he said most insurance companies are not covering IVF anymore. And he said that he really doesn't see that as something that we're going to end up needing anyway. He said because my husband's sperm, when they did the sperm analysis, was great. It had high motility or whatever, mobility, whatever it is. You know, and it looked really good and everything, that he really doesn't think that IVF is going to be something we're going to need. He thinks just that, because my main problem seems to be that I don't ovulate. So that's really not something that IVF's going to, you know, do anything with, because I do seem to react to medication. So that was really good. So basically, hopefully, knock on wood, we'll be able to get our baby, you know, just through IUIs and some medication. The other thing I talked to him today about, that I was really curious about is, and I said, I know we don't even have our first child yet. Oh, speaking of that, too, I'm all over the place, I know. The main thing with the injectables, he said, the only main difference between like the injectables and Clomid, like the difference between them is it increases your rate for twins, which, and I know from like their standpoint, that's not good, because obviously the more babies that you have, the more increased risk you have for certain things, the harder it is on your body and everything. But the way we see it is we've tried so hard, you know, it's going on 4 years right now, and that's a really long time. And he said that's a really long time. You know, we haven't been working with a doctor that entire time, so it's not like we've gone through, you know, a lot of stuff. But I don't know, my mind is all over the place. I can't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh, the twins. Sorry. That, you know, that we really wouldn't mind that, just because, I mean, and I know I say that now, I know babies are a lot of work, and I know double babies are a lot of work. My husband's actually a twin. So I don't know, maybe we have like an increased whatever there anyway. But we just, because we've tried so hard to have 2 babies all in one shot, I think it would really be actually kind of nice. But, you know, we'll take whatever God will give us, obviously. And if it's 1, it's 1. If it's 2, it's 2. And any more than that, I think really does become like a huge medical concern. But, and then there's something else I was going to say. Oh, it just increases, the injections increase your risk of that. And that's really the only difference between the injections. Let's see, what else? We got everything on my list. He did give me a little pamphlet on the surgery. I really haven't had a chance to look it over, because I'm really hoping to not have to go that route. And I know there's a couple other girls on here who have had it. I'll have to kind of look and watch their videos and things like that. Rewatch their videos. But I'm really hoping to not do that. I just really hope that I can go Monday, and I can, you know, talk to the specialist and try to manage this with my diet. The only thing that, because we were talking a little bit about what happened when I got so sick, and he said the only thing that he said kind of concerned him a little bit is that when I was throwing up, toward the end, I was throwing up like a lot of bile and stuff, and he says that means that the gallstone blocked my duct or whatever. He says, and that can cause something, so they may want to have that out just for that reason. But at the same time, I haven't had any problems in the last 2 weeks. I mean, other than, you know, feeling kind of sick to my stomach or whatever, which I'll totally live with. You know, if it means, because I really just want to focus on the fertility stuff, but, you know, I'll just pray about it, and whatever happens, happens. The other portion of, and I know I'm running out of time here, of what we talked about in the meeting was, or in the appointment was, just like getting healthier in general. You know, because I told him how this is really pushing me to get healthier, and I'm starting to feel better physically. So I want to start walking, and I really haven't done that. I told him I did lose 13.5 pounds, almost 14 pounds, I think, last month in May. And I'm really, you know, really on board with trying to get everything, you know, because he says my main problem is my weight. That's a huge risk factor for pregnancy and everything, and to get pregnant. So I'm really going to work on that, and just kind of see where it goes. So please pray for me. and my husband, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll do an update Monday after I see the specialist, let you know what route we're going. All right, talk to you later. Bye.